Perfect. So it's really great that you're all taking part in the hackathon this weekend, and we can't wait to see what you build, whether you use the Duffel API or whether you don't. What we do at Duffel is we build a fantastic, easy to use API that makes it really simple to search and book flights with lots of airlines through one really easy integration. So we build direct connections to airline systems, their reservation systems, and then we take those complicated, difficult to use APIs and turn them into one really nice, simple REST API. All it takes to make a booking is 2 API calls. It's really that simple. In this presentation, or workshop rather, I'm going to take you through the process of doing that very quickly. And then at the end, we'll have time for any questions that people want to ask. So let's dive right in. I'm going to just share my screen so you'll be able to see. Perfect. So you should be able to see my screen now. So the first step for getting started with the Duffel API is to sign up on our website. Fortunately, unlike with some APIs, it's a really, really quick and simple process. You don't have to email anyone. You don't have to wait for approval. It's literally just click a sign up button. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. All you need to do here is enter some very basic details. So I'm going to start setting up. I'll use one of my email addresses instead. And then once we've created our user, so put in our email address, our name and our password, then we have to create a team. This is great because it means that you can share your Duffel account with other people that you're working on the hackathon with. You can create accounts for them. They can set up their own access tokens to access the API. We make things really easy. So I'm going to go ahead and create that team. Then we hit create new team and we're good to go. So now we're in and we can get started. So we can hit this get started button. And here you've got a really quick guide to getting started with the Duffel API. It takes you through those first steps of building your integration. So the first thing you'll want to do is create an access token. As you're probably familiar with, an access token is kind of like a password for an API. You create that and then you pass it into the API requests that you make. So we'll go ahead and create a token now. All we have to do is type in a name and then hit create token. I'm just going to copy that to my clipboard and then I'll be able to go ahead and use that. So we've already created a really helpful tool on GitHub, which has a starter kit for getting started with the hackathon. And in particular in there, there's a Postman collection. Postman is a tool that you can use to make requests to APIs that you might have already used before in the past. And we've created a pre-made set of requests that help you to see how the Duffel API works and to get started with it really quickly. You'll find the URL for that collection right down here at the bottom. So we can just click on this and then save it to our computer. I'm just going to switch the window that I'm sharing quickly. Here we go. And once we've downloaded that collection, we can import it using the import button in Postman. So you press import, stay in the file tab, and then click upload files. And then you can go ahead and find that collection. And then hit import. What you'll need to do now before you can start making requests is set up your access token on that collection. You do that by clicking this little ... button on the left-hand side, then clicking edit, then clicking variables, and then you can copy and paste in your access token into there. And then that will automatically be sent with all the requests to the API. So using the API is really simple. So the flow to search and book flights is really, really fast, really, really easy. The first step is to search, and we do that by creating what's called an offer request. We call it an offer request because we go to a bunch of different airlines that we're connected to and get back from them offers, so search results. Then when you've decided what you want to book, you pick one of those offers and send it through to create an order, to create a booking. So you can see here that we've got a really simple search. We're searching for one adult from London Heathrow to New York JFK on the 1st of October 2020, and we're saying that we want to fly in economy. This is all pre-made in the collection. You don't have to change anything. It will just work, but you can customize it later if you want to. Then we hit this send button, and that search will go to the Duffel API, will go to all the airlines that we're working with, and get back a bunch of different results. And then you can see the results here. There's many different ones from many different airlines, different prices, all that kind of stuff. A really important thing here is that we have a test airline called Duffel Airways, which makes it really easy to get started. We do find that some of the airlines' test environments, which we're using here, can be a little bit flaky. Sometimes they fail, sometimes you get errors, sometimes they're very slow. But you can be confident with Duffel Airways that the booking will work every time. So we'd recommend using that for the hackathon. So we've got our Duffel Airways selection here. Then we can move forward to creating a booking. This Postman collection is set up to automatically do everything for you. So it has pre-filled passenger details. It automatically picks the offer from Duffel Airways. So we can just go ahead and click send. And then we should have a booking from Duffel Airways. And this just looks like a normal airline booking. We've got some booking references, which look like one that you put on the airline's website. And the same thing will work for this Duffel Airways as will work for other airlines that we're connected to in Duffel. When you sign up for an account on the website, you'll automatically be connected to get flights from American Airlines and from Vueling. We can give you access to a bunch more airlines. We work with about 20 today, including United, Cathay Pacific, Lufthansa, British Airways. If you'd like to get access to more airlines, so not just American Airlines and Vueling, you can get in touch with us. There's a channel in the TravelScrum Slack where you can ask for support, or you can send us an email at help@duffel.com. You'll find the link to that in the starter kit as well. So you can just send us an email and we'll give you access to more airlines. So that's the really simple flow there to search and create a booking. We have other helpful ones here, so you can retrieve a booking you've already made, and then we have a flow for cancelling a booking if you really want to. So the key here is that our API makes things really, really simple. You don't need lots of complicated knowledge about how flights work, how GDSs work, the industry. It's really just as easy as search and book. If you want to get any more information about how the API works or dig a bit deeper into the functionality, then we have some really great documentation online for you as well, which should make things really, really easy. I'm just going to show you that as well. So you can find that by heading to our homepage and then just click the API documentation button in the top right-hand corner. This documentation takes you through all the parts of the API, takes you through everything and explains how all the different stuff works. I particularly recommend taking a look at the key principles section. It explains the kind of basic concepts that we have in the Duffel API, and it will make it much easier to get started. So I can stop here after 7 or 8 minutes. That's really how simple the API is. The summary really is Duffel is a really simple API. You can search and book flights in just 2 API requests, and it will make it really easy to get started in your hackathon project without having to spend hours on integration. It's really, really fast, really, really easy. I'd recommend heading to the starter kit on GitHub, which you'll find at github.com/duffelhq/hackathon-starter-kit. You can find that link in Slack as well. And that will take you through the whole process of getting started and making your first requests. So thank you very much for listening. I'm very happy to answer any questions. I would suggest putting them in the chat, and then I will answer them in voice form for you and point you to any links that might be useful. And if you don't have any questions, then good luck. I hope you have a really great time in the hackathon and hope you can win. And I would love to see it if you do use the Duffel API. And if you have any feedback at all, anything you find confusing, difficult, anything missing, please do get in touch with us. We're always really happy to hear your feedback. We're really investing to make the API better and better over time. So thank you very much, everyone.